from the Metal Gods Meltdown, and today I am joined by
Jane Adinsova.
And Air from Imperial Age.
Yeah.
It's great to be chatting to you today. Right. Can you tell us a little bit about the festival then that's going to be happening next Saturday in London?
Well, it's called the Imperial Age Festival. So, we decided to do our own small festival like Sabaton have their Sabaton open air. For example, Lord of the Lost have their own Lord Fest. So we decided why not do the same. And since we moved to the UK last year, you got to learn new people, meet them. So we thought that it would be a good idea to do this by organizing something.
And it's an amazing lineup. It's got my favorite band, one of my favorite bands, Orden Ogan and Alterium. So it's going to be fantastic. Are there plans to stream it or anything like that?
No, not streaming.
All right.
We some of it for future use.
Yeah, but it's just a regular, like traditional offline event. Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay. So hopefully, I'm sure it's going to be a success. Are there then plans to continue and maybe take it around the country a bit?
Let's see. I cannot, look forward because we have a lot of our own stuff to do, etc. So we never planned to become also promoters on top of everything else that we're already doing.
Okay, so you've been over in the UK for a year now. So how are you finding it?
Amazing. Everything works. Amazing musical community, amazing people. We are really just very happy. We are doing what we are supposed to do, music, and that is just fantastic.
So Imperial Age, the name and the band keeps going on, even though you've recruited band members now from the UK, haven't you?
Indeed, yes.
So if and when you did go back, what would happen? I mean, would you have two separate bands, or
would you not plan to go back to Russia if you mean this?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't either.
And so the lineup stays.
Indeed.
Cool. That's brilliant.
See how and why we should return.
Fair
Actually, even before the war, we were planning on moving.
Okay.
To do it slowly, and the plan was to move to America, and we wanted to do it step by step, without slamming the door, etc. But when the war began, that was the final straw. So this was building up for a long time because in general it was very difficult to run an international band out of there.
Mm-hmm.
So the current lineup stays, hopefully. We've just released our new single Gnosis yesterday. Yeah. The first one recorded with this lineup, and already we can see that this is like the next level compared to everything that we've done before.
That was my next question, because I was reading some of the comments, and some comments were like, oh, it's a bit heavy and everything. Well, but you're just you're sort of moving on, aren't you? And like you say, you're going up to the next level. And I think it's a fantastic single. Absolutely. What about an album to follow then? Is that planned for this year, or is that looking next year now?
Next year. We have a tour planned for next year in the UK and in the European Union. And the tour will coincide with an album.
Well, that sounds really exciting. Is that like a full UK tour, yeah?
Yes.
That sounds good. Because you played the whole of the UK before. Is there anywhere in particular you like playing the most?
All of it. I think we played the UK 6 times already.
Yeah.
Years or 7.
You just love our food, don't you?
And weather.
And weather.
Like chips, but for me, the proper chunky one with lots of salt and vinegar, of course that's super unhealthy, so I don't eat them often, but whenever we pop to the city, which is very rare, I get myself a large bag, because for me that's a taste of child.
Brilliant. All right, and so talking about playing live then, what's been the weirdest venue you've played?
We've played a lot of weird venues. I'm trying to figure out which one was weird.
The boat
Oh,
in Paris.
well, that was a good venue, yeah, but
Yeah, a bit strange for me because I've never played on a boat.
in
Right.
Paris, a lot
But
of
actually, the venue was good. It
Right.
just wasn't on the boat.
which one do you mean? We played two of them.
Both.
One of them
The
is
first one.
La Boule Noire, which is the big boat,
No, the
the
small
bigger.
boat.
But the smaller one was actually rocking when people
Yes.
were jumping to our side
Yes.
because it was a small hall. It was back in, I think, 5 years ago, 2019, but it was an experience nonetheless.
And there was a dressing room the size of a toilet, probably.
Yeah, with a round porthole.
Right. Okay.
But
So
Yeah, but it's weird doesn't mean bad. The venue was good.
okay. Well then, okay. So what's been like the best appearance you've ever played festival wise?
The best venue, or
Or venue or festival you've ever played?
well, we haven't played many festivals, so I would go for venue. I think it's Z7 probably.
Yeah.
Z7 we played. That was one of probably the best venues we've ever played. That's in Switzerland,
Mm-hmm.
in Praton. Actually in London, the Islington Academy Hall is a good one, and in
The Dome is a good one.
look, it's just a good venue, but it's not the best that we've ever played. I think, yeah. Also, if we think about Europe, maybe Progressia Hall in Warsaw.
Yeah, I was also thinking about
quite
that
a-
one.
It's probably the biggest one.
So basically, we are choosing just the biggest.
Yeah,
Biggest thing.
indeed.
But I'm absolutely sure, like the show you've got coming up, the festival rather you've got coming up Saturday week, it's going to be amazing. That'll probably be a major highlight as well with Orden Ogan. So, are you big Orden Ogan fans?
Actually, no. I mean, we've heard of the band, but it's not that we're like diehard fans. We just
Okay.
needed it for the show on a relatively short notice. But
Okay.
we have many acquaintances in common, but I can say that about most bands. So. But the guys are good. I've been listening to a lot of their music since, and I really like it. It's really, really well done.
Okay.
And their music videos, ooh,
Oh, amazing, aren't they? Yeah, things to believe. Oh,
separate story altogether.
that's what got me first into them, to be honest with you. Okay. So, are there plans to be releasing another single? I mean, you've just released one, but is there going to be plans to release it before the end of the
We plan to release several singles before the album.
Cool.
So you can expect like 1, 2, 3 singles coming out before the album. So in the next months.
Cool.
So
I saw you did like a Facebook feed last night. How important is it for you as a band to like touch base with your fans on a regular basis?
I think we should do it more often.
Every night.
Not that often.
So is that part of the Patreon, or is it? No.
No, we just go on all social medias, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. It's free.
Fair enough. Yeah, understand that. Okay. So looking at your new album, can you give us some idea about its conception, inspirations? What's it going to be? Is it going to be, I don't know, like my brain's gone. Concept album.
It's gonna be like music. So, like the new song. So, as you noted, we have a lot of people who are saying, "Yeah, finally it's heavy enough," and we have a lot of people saying, "Ah, that's too heavy for me." Well, the whole idea here was to put the metal up front. So this is metal in the first place, and only after that it's symphonic metal, whatnot. So we are going heavier. We're putting the down-tuned guitars and the drums and everything front, you know. So that's how the new album will be, because we like ourselves how this is sounding. And also, what we're trying to do here, we're trying to do something new for the genre, because I personally, when I listen to new symphonic and power metal bands, to me, many of them sound almost identical. I mean, I have a feeling that the genre is simply, boiling basically in its own little pond, but we want to introduce something fresh,
Yeah.
And when you do something like that, you always get this division between the fans.
Of course you do.
Way
Yeah.
to go say, "Oh my God, this is something new." That's not good enough.
Yeah, so basically we are experimenting, and we started the experiments with the New World album because we wanted to make the New World more like dancey. We wanted like upbeat, less heavy, more pop sound.
Yeah.
So we experimented back then, and we still experimenting here, but now we want to make it heavier, faster.
That is true.
Yeah.
If you listen to New World, all songs except Call of the Towers are actually quite light. They're not heavy at all, and they have like pop motives and 3 chords, Here is the opposite.
Okay. So you're not going to do a concept album then? It's going to be like power metal, balls to the wall, just, yeah.
It's not power metal. I wouldn't that's the thing. So people were telling us, "Hey, you've created nothing new. It sounds like any other power metal band," which is true. Okay, now we have. Now those same people are saying, "Oh, but it's something new. We wanted the regular power metal."
You can't win.
But I personally think that polarizing stuff is good. Bad polarizing stuff like politics and religion, for example, but the good polarizing stuff, like we go heavier and then some people like it, some people not. But in the end, it creates buzz around the band and around the new release, and I think it's good.
Well, it brings in fans of different genres of metal, doesn't it, basically, at the end of the day? And that's what you want,
But what we're trying to do here, we're trying to get out of the small pond and into the bigger waters, you know what I mean?
Definitely, yeah. Okay. So going back to being in the UK then, like living in the UK, how does it differ then from the Russian side, like music side support? Is it a lot more, I don't know, positive for you here than it is in Russia? Before the war, I'm talking about.
I would say yes, probably, because but actually I've heard the same about other countries, that in Russia we had a lot of haters and like very few fans, because that's only what I think, that people there, for some reason, they don't like local bands, especially when they sing in English. And we had messages like, "You should sing in Russian. Why are you singing in English?" But because we want all the world to understand us.
Exactly, yeah.
Why we now sing in Latin also.
Yeah. But I've heard the same from people from different countries, that it is kind of the thing everywhere, that people don't really like the local bands. They like something foreign. I don't know. But basically that were all our difficulties, music wise and audience wise. But business wise, it was absolutely impossible to do business legally, international business. So it was impossible. We really tried to do it legally, to export our CDs, like to start selling them worldwide officially. It doesn't work.
Right.
But here, no problems, of course. That's obvious. And music-wise, also, we have like very good feedback. People are very nice to us. So
I just wanted to clarify a bit what Jane is saying. So basically, at a certain level, any band which is international has to operate behind the scenes as a small business, because your CDs, you sell your merch, you get royalties coming in. You just have to deal with it. Everybody does that.
Yeah.
Like in a single band, if they have a little, even a small fan base, whether they're signed to a label or not, they have to do this. And here in the UK, everything is ready for that kind of activity. I mean, the whole infrastructure is already present. Like we have Royal Mail collections coming here twice a week. The banking system works like that. International payments, international deliveries, even despite even after Brexit, in Russia, every single bit of that, any movement of people or money or goods or services across the border is a horrific pain in the ass and is also a legal risk.
Yeah.
So,
can imagine. Okay. Well, I'm going to go now. I want to go back to your youth. You're a lot younger than me anyway, but go back to your youth. Can you remember the first time then you ever stood on a stage and how it felt? And what inspired you to become a musician?
I definitely do as well. What about you?
It was horrible. Probably one of the worst experiences in my life. It was the very first Imperial Age show. It was also my very first show as a musician at all.
Right.
And back then I was the keyboardist of Imperial Age. But it was so bad because I don't know the right word. When you have this weak feeling in your knees, as if your legs are going to betray you right now.
Jelly legs, right? Yeah.
Your heart is beating like this, and you start to forget everything that you need to play. That was it. It was really. That's why I still remember it.
What about you?
Oh, for me, you remember you were there. It was a small, tiny venue called something Orange. It was about an Orange. There was a small stage, and we were just performing there with my previous band, in front of just friends, and nothing special. I couldn't sing properly then, and there was ages ago, and the musicians couldn't play, of course, but everybody got pissed after it and were completely happy, as usual. So I don't remember anything of a jam. Of course, I was feeling anxious, but I think the ABV of my blood was already so high that it didn't matter.
Fair enough. All right. So if there was like a made-up song about yourself individually, what would it be called? Like a made-up song, though?
Sorry again, please. You interrupted.
It was like a made-up song about yourself, like a made-up heavy metal song about yourself individually. What would it? The hard question.
That's probably all our songs to some extent. I mean, they're all more or less about personal experiences.
Right. Okay. All right. That's cheating. That's cheating, but we'll let you get away with it. Go on. That was fine. Let's go. All right.
That dude,
Donkey chips or something like that, yeah?
No, but that reminds me of Lebowski.
Right. So now going back to the festival, it must be like logistically a bit of a nightmare, and I think you're ever so brave to take it on. I mean, has it been a major headache or has it been pretty simple?
Well, no, it's been a relatively medium headache. Let's put it that way. So we have had much bigger headaches.
Okay.
I've organizing shows all my career from time to time. So
Right.
what I'm doing here. So we have people who we partner with. It is a stress when you have to do 1 million things, but it's not something overwhelming. So yeah, it is a headache, but it's not your worst headache.
Cool. Well, I'm sure it's going to be mega successful. Like I said, I'm literally flying out of Spain on Friday. Oh. Anyway, what would you say then is the most important thing to the band now, today?
New music.
Yeah.
New music. Okay. That's brilliant. Can you then give me 4 words to describe Imperial Age? 2 each.
2 words each.
Mm.
I will go heavy and epic. Now you have the too hard one.
That's not fair. I should first. Metal Atlantis.
That's a good song. You see, you could have had that as your song title, Metal Atlantis. There we go.
We could add Atlantis to every song name, like, and I shall find my home
Atlantis.
in Atlantis, or Gnosis of Atlantis, or I don't know, the wheel in Atlantis. That sounds like a scientific paper.
The way to is the aim.
It's been a pleasure chatting to you. We're running out of time. I want to thank you so much. I want to wish you the best of luck with this festival, man. Hopefully we'll get it around England or whatever. Thank you so much. Do you have any final words for your fans, our viewers and listeners?
Yes, we do, and this is kind of tradition. We always want to say huge thank you to our fans, because only because of the fans we can do what we do, basically music. So thank you guys for being there, for listening to our music, for buying our stuff. It means really a lot to us. This is not just the words, we really mean it. So just thank you.